Hi, buddy. It's been a minute. It's always been a minute. Every time I talk to you, it's been a minute. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. We'll talk about that later though. For right now, we're gonna talk about the stuff that you're actually here for, which is decorating people's houses. Probably like 2 or 3 months ago, I asked people on my Instagram to send in some dilemmas that they're having with their houses that they want help with. And I got way more than I was expecting, and they keep coming. I keep getting them. It's been months and I'm still getting them. So maybe it'll be an ongoing series for the rest of our lives. Who knows? But today we're only gonna do 2 because that's all that I prepared for. And we'll talk about that at the end of the video. We'll talk about why I have been so bad at uploading once again. This time's different. So before we get into it, to kind of lay the foundation, the things that I asked for on Instagram were pictures of your spaces, your names, and some like background on why you want help, things that you like, things that you don't like, what you want to change, and then any additional stuff, inspiration pictures, favorite colors, things that you're drawn to, stuff like that, to kind of give me a better understanding of what you want. That way I'm not just like doing whatever I want. I kind of have to consider the person that's living there. The first one that we're going to start with is Jackie's dining room. Hi Jackie. You said you were moving in on November 1st and I'm so sorry I'd let you down. It is well past November 1st. We're gonna do it anyway, because hopefully I can be of some sort of help. I took some notes from the email, and those notes are that she wants to paint. She wants it to be kind of moody, maybe color drenched. She wanted something to go in that little nook that's being used as a bar area currently. She mentioned maybe putting up curtains, but we'll get there. She wants to change the pendant, and she wants more storage in that room. Based off of her inspiration, I kind of pulled together that she likes blue, she likes cream, pops of red, medium, dark yellow. She likes a mix of soft and rigid geometrics, chrome and black accents, stripes, and warm wood. Unlike the last video where I decorated rooms, I already have all of these ready. I'm not doing them as I go. So look at me, learning. I've learned that it was way too hard for me to be doing it on camera. First things first, remove everything. From there, to kind of go off of what she was talking about with the color drenching and making it moody, I went with a really dark, kind of soft blue. That would make it look moody, but it wouldn't be overwhelming. I tried color drenching the room to begin with, but it made the room look like really small and condensed, and that might just be because I was doing it on my iPad. It would look different in real life, you know? So if you still want to color drench, I think you should try it. But if that doesn't work out, I think a cream trim would look really, really good. Brightens the space a little bit and doesn't make it feel too small. From there, I added in a circular dining table. The room is square, I believe. There's gonna be a lot of hard lines and stuff, so I feel like adding in a round dining table will kind of soften that a little bit. And then I added in these fun little chairs. The chairs are kind of like a mix of rounded and straight shapes. They're also upholstered because I just felt like adding an additional texture. Plus it just looks nicer, especially with the table already being wood and the floors being wood. It kind of separates that. I always gravitate towards these, so it's pretty typical of me, but I threw in a rice paper pendant. I feel like it pulled in the softness of the table, and the lighting is so good. It's so unmatched. If you don't want to go for that, I feel like having one that kind of directs the light down, if you could find something that had like a directional, I don't know how to explain it. Find something that doesn't project light onto the ceiling. I think that would look really good, especially with the ceilings being painted. Anything oversized, really. I'm not even gonna go on about the lighting and whatnot, which I should because that's the most important part, but anything oversized will probably look nice. Next, I threw in a really big rug, and I don't know the exact dimensions of your room, but it looks like a pretty decent size, and a rug's gonna be extremely expensive to match that size. But your floor is really nice, so you don't need to cover all of it, you know what I mean? Just like, if you can get a big rug, then I would recommend doing that. I'd also say make sure that it's square, just because like with the square room, you don't want a rectangular rug. It's gonna look kind of weird. It doesn't have to be red. Just I feel like a dark color would be best. The floors are kind of light. They reflect a lot of light. Now we're getting real fun with it. I threw in these shelves to flank each side of the window. I kept them wood to kind of keep the warmth going in the room. I also just think it would look a little bit nicer to tie in more wood, but I also just love wood. So you could paint them. For this little nook area, you definitely could put curtains there. I think that's a really cute idea if you get some like nice, thick, heavy curtains. I just didn't do that because I had so much fun with the idea of keeping it open, so that's what I did. But you could definitely still add curtains there, and I think it would look great. I added a little credenza in here, so I don't know how much storage we're talking. Like, do you need a lot? What are you hiding? I added a little table lamp into the nook because it's always good to have multiple lighting sources. I just think it'd be fun to have a cool lamp right there and to pull in some metals if you're cool with that. There's a lot of wood going on in what I've made and a lot of like very soft plush things so far. So I think pulling in some metal could be cool, but follow your heart. This is just a template. This is just an idea, a template of ideas. So this is why I didn't want to cover this little nook, because I wanted to put a really big piece of art here. I think it would be such a good place for your eye to land, and it would be like a conversation piece if it was something that you really loved, that you like put some real thought into, not something from Target. Don't buy a big piece of art from Target, like something good. Go to many thrift stores and look around. Go to an antique fair, go to a vintage shop, go to your closet and get paint or something. Like, do something cool and fun. I kind of off-centered the big piece of art. That way there would be room for this little piece of art above the lamp. I just thought it would be nice to have those, like the lamp and the two pieces of art together. Things work in threes. They look best in threes. Don't try to argue with me. I don't really care what you say. Things look best in threes, okay? And those three things go together very well. And I think it looks really good in that little area. I rest my case, we're moving on. I know that the last owners used this little nook as a bar area, and I did the same thing. I didn't really think about it until just now, but I made it a little bar area. I also put a record player in there because I think it would be so nice to be able to listen to music while you're eating dinner. And you know, maybe you use the room for like board games or something every once in a while. Maybe you do whatever other things people do in their dining room sometimes. And I thought a record player would be nice. But really, you could put anything up there and it would look good. You could put candles up there, you could put flowers up there, you could put extra art up there. I put some things on the shelves just to like give you an idea of where I was going with it, but I didn't fill them because that would have taken me so long. But I did put a couple pieces of art, some books, a little bowl, a little vase, to kind of give you an idea of where I was going with it. The last thing that I did was change the little Roman shade that was already there into a striped one. I don't think any other window covering would be better than a Roman shade right there. And I thought stripes could be fun. So I threw a striped Roman shade in. So that's the finished product. I'm gonna show you the little sketches that I made too, because there's like a whole other side of the room that we're ignoring right now. So these are the two sketches that I made for this room. I put an armoire in the corner between the two doorways to give you extra storage, and then a couple pictures on the right next to the right doorway, and then a long mirror on the left next to the left doorway. I also think, and hey, just an idea off the top of my head right now, I think some curtains could also be really fun on those doorways if you like want to add in curtains but don't necessarily want to cover that little area. I don't know, just a thought. But yeah, I love this. I think it looks so good. If you decide that you hate it, that's fine. That's okay. I had a lot of fun with this one, and hopefully it was helpful in some way. And hopefully you got some inspiration or some ideas or something from it. But if not, sorry. All right. This one was really, really exciting to me because it's a kitchen and nobody else sit in kitchens. Out of all of the ones that I got, this is the only kitchen that I got. So I was really excited about this. So this is Nicole's kitchen. Hi, Nicole. She's renting, so I kind of assume that we can't go crazy with like painting or anything like that. She's having difficulty with the open shelving that came with the place, and she's not attached to any of the current decorations. So she said that like, just do whatever I want. Love to hear it. So this is gonna look really weird, but first things first, I'm gonna remove this lamp because there's not a ton of counter space that could be utilized a little bit better. I didn't know how to make this not look weird, so sorry, it looks strange. It'll make sense a little bit later. Next, I put up a really big shelf spanning the wall behind the stove. I felt like it would kind of balance out those shelves that are already there. There's just like so much open space up there that it could look nice to break that up a little bit. So really big shelf, though it doesn't have to be just one because I think that would be kind of difficult to do, to find a piece of wood that long. So you could do two and just like make it look like it's one, but nonetheless, long shelf or shelves up there. I threw in some art and some vases. It could also just be for like cute storage if you have some like cute glasses and stuff that you don't use too often. I wouldn't recommend like super cluttering that top shelf just because I feel like it's mostly just for decoration purposes anyway. You'd have to climb on the counter to get up there. So preferably things that you don't need to reach too often. I didn't fully edit this idea in just because it would have been a lot. I tried, it was a lot. But getting some closed storage to put on those shelves that you have a lot of stuff on right now, I think would look nice. Maybe some like baskets, some boxes. It doesn't all need to be closed, but to just kind of like section off the stuff that you've got there right now. And then where that lamp is now missing, I put some of your cooking oils that used to be on the other side of the stove to the left, just to again section that off because it kind of looks like you have some like coffee making stuff, question mark, over there on the right. I just thought it would be nice to kind of like have a little bit of separation. And then to make up for that missing lighting, I put a sconce above the stove. I just think that would look really, really nice. There's so much open area right there that putting a sconce with like a swivel would be super cool. The swivel isn't completely necessary, but I thought it would be cool for when you're cooking or, you know, like need to be able to move the lighting a little bit. I know that you're renting and it might feel like a waste of money, but if you want to do this and you're planning on staying in the space for a long time, I think it would be worth replacing those blinds that are above the sink with a Roman shade. I just think it would look nicer. Again, it's not necessary. You don't have to. I think it's gonna look nice without replacing it, but you know, if you feel like it. The next few things that I did were mostly decorative. Like I put a little towel in the stove to throw in some color and some pattern, and then I put a rug on the ground for some texture and some color. There's also just a lot going on, like eye level and above, so I thought it'd be nice to have a rug on the ground where they always go. Just to kind of balance it out a little bit. I also put a piece of art to the right on top of those shelves. There's a lot of art in here already, but not big art. So I put a big piece of art up there. And then I also put a tulip shade over that overhead light. It would diffuse the light a little bit, soften it, not make it look so harsh and scary. And we kind of warm it up a little bit too. But they're expensive, so do with that what you will. It was just an idea. It was just an idea. Maybe there's some cheaper alternatives out there, but I wouldn't know. Okay, Nicole, that was your kitchen. I hope it was helpful, even a little bit, even a tiny bit. I hope you got one idea, even just one would be cool with me. Thank you, Jackie and Nicole, for sending in your stuff. I really appreciate it. And for everybody that sent in stuff that I didn't cover, I'll get to it. I'm sorry. I know that some of you guys were like moving into a new place or like needed help with this thing before this other thing happened. And I've let you down and I'm sorry. I really am. I do feel bad about it. But like, I also am a live person and there are things to do and they get done and I'm the one that does them. But I appreciate you guys sending in stuff and I will get around to it. I'm so tired. I don't know why I'm tired. I think I'm exhausting myself from talking too much. Oh my God, let's talk more. I completely forgot I told you that we'd talk at the end. I'll just give you a little update. So I was in school, obviously. That was hectic and scary. I was stressed more than I've ever been stressed in my entire life. Some of the assignments, mostly like the hand drafting, like making floor plans by hand without a computer, was so incredibly challenging and I loved it. I love a challenge. I did figure out how to like, I don't know, get back in the swing of school, I guess. I was out of school for so long that I thought I was gonna be terrible at it and I was really nervous. It was a lot of fun. I'm excited to go back. I'm taking next semester off because we're gonna be traveling and I'd be missing a lot of class if I stayed. So I'm gonna be doing summer instead, but that means that I'm gonna have a few months where hopefully I'll be able to grind on here and get some more videos out for you guys, because the whole reason I haven't been uploading is because my finals were just so crazy. There was so much to do and I got it done and I did great. But I just like could not focus on anything else. Like I had to really get in on that and it took me a long time, but I did it and it's over and I won't have more finals until like 6 months from now, which is great. Hopefully in my time off I can really focus on this and figuring out how to manage my time better, hopefully. I don't know where to even begin on that. I feel like I need somebody to sit next to me and like be like, okay, we need to move on from this. We need to go do the other thing that you were thinking about doing. I just lock in on things. Like I cannot stop. If I get focused on this, I won't do anything else. And if I get focused on something else, I won't do this. And it just never, it's like a constant cycle of me not being able to juggle things for some reason. My apartment's disgusting. I haven't uploaded a video in forever. I haven't cooked dinner in a long time because I just like have honed in on school so much that I've given up on everything else in my life. And it's been great. I've loved it. But like I gotta figure out how to balance those things, you know? Anyway, the holidays are coming. That's so exciting. I have some ideas for videos that don't pertain to this, like, you know, redecorating people's rooms. I want to redo my office because my like guest bedroom, office, craft room, computer room, whatever you want to call it. I want to do like a complete makeover on that sometime within the next few months. I realized while I was doing my classes that like I need a space to work. I've been working at the dining table since I started and my back and neck, I need a transplant. I need a back and neck transplant. That was rough. I have some ideas. Like I want a wall-to-wall desk for sure. I just have like so much crap that needs to be laid out. I need more storage and I want like a mood board or like a board to pin things. I just need like something to visually organize things. It'll be a while before I actually work on that because I've got so many events coming. I've got a friend coming to visit. We've got the holidays. I'm gonna be traveling. So it'll probably be like mid-January, mid-February before I get around to doing that. Maybe even paint it. No, I'm not gonna paint. Anything else I want to talk about? I got a haircut. Did you notice? Short. I think it was my first haircut in 6 years. And I went crazy trying to find the right hairstylist. I spent 3 days making like tables and graphs of the different hair salons in my area and who works there and what they specialize in and what their little bios said. There was this one girl whose Instagram had some really cute short haircuts, so I chose her. And honestly, my hair was already so short that there really wasn't a lot she could do with it. She didn't tell me that, but I just knew. But yeah, she balded me because that's what I asked for. I feel bald like in a fairy way, in like a sweet and whimsical way. I've exhausted myself from talking. There were some days, my classes were 4 hours long, by the way, but there were some days where we would just be working like in silence together for those 4 hours, and I would talk the entire time to the girl that sat next to me, Ariana. Love her, she was so nice. But I talked to her the whole time, and the like 3 times that I did it, I kept thinking, wow, I'm so annoying. But I couldn't stop. I just love talking to people. And apparently to myself. I think it's just because like there's so much going on upstairs, you know? There's so many things constantly happening in my brain that when I get the chance to just unload, I can't stop. I'm gonna go. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your submissions. Thank you for being nice to me. Thank you for not rushing me. Thank you for not messaging me on Instagram and being like, girl, what's your problem? Because you definitely are able to, but you don't. And I appreciate that. You can follow me on Instagram if you want. You can follow me on Pinterest if you want. All that stuff's in the description. It's the same as here. It's just haleeegreen. I'll talk to you next time. And if I don't see you before Christmas again, Merry Christmas. Sorry I didn't make a video about what to buy people for Christmas. I almost did that today, but then I was like, when this comes out, it's gonna be like T-2 seconds before Christmas, and it's not worth it. But like I said last year, maybe I'll do it next year. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and missed you. Okay, bye.